What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? It is Jason Jani. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about wedding toast, and I'm going to be giving some thoughts, perspective, and advice as an expert. I would consider myself to be an expert in the wedding space. I've done well over 1,000 weddings in the 15 years that I've done this, and I've worked all over the world. I've heard hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of toasts in my life. One of the most common questions that I get asked as a DJ is how long toast should be. And I am a firm believer that most toasts should be no more than 2 minutes in length. 3 minutes, absolutely maximum in length. And I say this because I feel that it is incredibly important to keep the celebration moving. And I believe that you can give a heartfelt, compelling, and direct message to anyone in 2 minutes or less. You see, most people feel that they need to tell stories of what was, not what is. And I think it's okay to do that. And I understand the reason why you would want to do that. But I think it's a better use of time if you tell those long winded stories of yesteryear at the rehearsal dinner, or maybe you do it in a different way before you get in front of a room full of people at a wedding celebration. You see, most people don't understand the inner meaning workings of the conversation. They weren't there, they weren't part of it. And although they are being kind and being attentive to what's going on, after 2 minutes, most people that are speaking on a microphone lose the attention of the guests at any celebration unless you are incredibly witty, incredibly charismatic, and you have the ability to tell a story in a way that literally holds the attention. Most people do not. I would go on record saying 90 to 95% of the people that give toast do not have that charismatic charisma vibe that holds the attention of everyone. So if I could give anyone a piece of advice that has plans to give a toast in the future, give a speech at an event like a wedding, be as authentically direct as absolutely possible and try to do it in less than 2 minutes. Some jokes don't translate to the broader audience. When you talk about what was, sometimes people start to tune out and it doesn't really hold the attention. And if you want to give an effective and powerful toast, it's super important that you get to the point. You do not become super long-winded and take the long journey of every story since you met, unless you're tying it back to that celebration at that moment in time, and you have a direct way to do it quickly. It almost impacts the celebration in a negative way if it goes beyond 3 minutes. And I'm going to go on record saying that because I believe that is true. If there are a number of people giving toast, try to keep it underneath 2 minutes. If you are the only person giving a toast at a celebration, then you can maybe go to 3 minutes, maybe even a little bit past there, as long as you are holding the attention of the crowd. Most people don't understand that they've lost the attention of the crowd and they continue to read from their phone or from the piece of paper that they scripted getting there. When you're reading a script, it sometimes impacts the delivery. It always impacts the delivery. Now, if you're watching this and you're a DJ, which is most likely all of the people that are watching this, and you want to know how to manage this so that you don't set yourself up for failure, you set your couples up for success, I would ask some questions. When you're doing your event review session, before you get on site to that wedding, you're going over all the details for the celebration, you should ask a couple. Who's going to be speaking? What order? How long are they going to be? What instruction did you give to that person when they were preparing to deliver this toast or speech or whatever you want to call it? Number two is talking to that person directly, whether it's when you're lining people up before you do your grand entrances or when they arrive on site and you're in the setup phase of that celebration. Connect with the person that will be speaking and ask them if they're prepared, how they prepared, and how long they're going to be. And if they come back and say more than 3 or 4 minutes, then you need to maybe think through if there's a way that you can better position them for success, whether it be moving the toast around a little bit or asking those people to give the toast to you so that you can help them be more successful with it. I've heard of DJs reaching out to these people that are speaking long before they get on site to the wedding celebration. That's another idea. I think it's super important that you candidly talk to these people and let them know that if they're planning on giving this really in-depth dialogue, let them know how it's typically received based on your experience as the professional that works in this industry. Managing this part of the overall experience is incredibly important. And if you feel that what they're going to do is not going to be either received well or could impact the celebration in a negative way, then it might make the most sense for you to communicate that quickly to the couple. And I'd advise you not to do it on site the day of, but sometimes you might have to if you understand that the person is planning on speaking for 10 or 12 minutes, and let them know this is not a presidential address, it's a wedding toast or a wedding speech. And really, the optimal time is a lot less than what they're planning on doing. I think it's super important that you set these people up for success in terms of how they are going to be holding the mic, where they're going to be standing, and making sure that the other professionals that you're working alongside are also in the best position to capture the content that they need to do, like your photographer and cinematographer. And last but not least, make sure you have a microphone for yourself in the event that you need to interrupt, interject, or get in the middle of this toast should it go sideways. Another cool idea is having that Oscar music on deck in a folder of tools that you have in your Serato or DJ software of choice, so that if the toast starts going long, you can actually start to play something in the background to indicate to them that they need to speed things up or wrap things up very, very quickly.
This is it. Your time is through.
You're boring. You're rambling on, no end in sight.
You're boring.
Be sure to thumbs up this video if it helped you. Be sure to add to the conversation in the comments down below. Be on the lookout for more content just like this coming to this channel in days, weeks, and months ahead. And I appreciate you checking this out. Thanks so much.